Welcome to Science Plus History channel. Kindly subscribe for extraterrestrial, space, history, and science videos. Also don't forget to click on the bell icon for new videos. Elon Musk is on a mission to transform the way cities are powered. We look at how his plans could shape our future world, and whether we want them to. Elon Musk wants to change the world. Almost inarguably, he has done so already, both in past endeavors with the creation of PayPal, and more recently with his SpaceX efforts, as the CEO of the first private company to send a spacecraft to the International Space Station. But the future, as partially laid out in the Tesla Master Plan Part II, holds even more promise and, if Musk is successful in his ambition, could see the entrepreneur change aspects of our lives almost beyond recognition. The question thus begged is, do we want him to? The potential of power. In the aforementioned Master Plan Part II, it was announced that Tesla would be merging with SolarCity, both Musk companies that have thus far run separately. By combining the two, the intention is to bring together Tesla's power storage technology with SolarCity's panels. Or, as he put it in the master plan, create stunning solar roofs with seamlessly integrated battery storage. These solar roofs will not just be a module on the existing roof but act as the roof itself. And they will inevitably be operating in conjunction with Tesla Powerwall, the home battery designed to charge from solar during the day then power your home during the evening. Ultimately, the intention seems to be for Tesla SolarCity-equipped houses to go off-grid, achieving a net zero energy rating in which their consumption is only as much as their production. In Musk's words, the point of all this was, and remains, accelerating the advent of sustainable energy so that we can imagine far into the future and life is still good. That's what sustainable means. It's not some silly, hippie thing, it matters for everyone. The importance of the continued development of sustainable energy is obvious and, with innovations such as Harvard's bionic leaf, the plausibility of large-scale replacement of fossil fuel dependency is increasing. To take the idea to its furthest conclusion, we must imagine a future in which houses, possibly even entire cities, are powered by sustainable energy alone. At most, the grid would act as a sort of backup generator in case of emergency or excess demand. Perhaps the grid will not exist at all, supplanted by greener measures. Means of production. Musk is in the energy game on multiple fronts, but it's the way he's applying it at Tesla that is perhaps most revelatory. We already knew that Tesla planned to expand its product line and that it was working on autonomous vehicles. What we didn't all know until the latest entry in the master plan was that the product line expansion will see Tesla offering commercial vehicles alongside affordable cars and that the autonomous development has far loftier aims than a base level of self-driving vehicles. The next few years may well see the roads filling up with Teslas, all of which will, by one means or another, ultimately be recharged by solar power. To look first at the expansion of Tesla's product range, it has announced the development of both heavy-duty trucks and high-passenger density urban transport. Both wheels of course are electric. Alongside cornering the market on affordable-to-run municipal vehicles, Tesla is expanding into vehicles aimed at the standard consumer, with the new Model 3 starting at a price of $35,000. As a result of the expansion into low-cost vehicles, the next few years may well see the roads filling up with Teslas, all of which will, by one means or another, ultimately be recharged by solar power. Beyond its own vehicles, though, Tesla is looking to lead on a broader scale of manufacturing and sooner than may have been expected, beginning work on designing the machine that makes the machine, as they start on factory machines that claim to be first version ready in 2018. Autonomous automobiles. With Tesla leading the way on the vehicle side of affordable electricity, as well as enhancing the means of manufacturing, the vision of a nation of Tesla drivers is not so far-fetched. Except, that is, for the fact that Tesla doesn't plan for you to be driving the car. As a leader in the development of autonomous vehicles, Tesla's goal is to put a car on the road with a self-driving capability that is 10 times safer than a human driver. And more than just driving itself, the car will be summonable at the touch of a button and, when not in use, can be added to the shared Tesla fleet to earn you money. The importance of the fleet is multifaceted. Aside from earning you extra cash, when your car links into it, your vehicle will, in a sense, be improving itself. As the larger the Tesla fleet grows, the more data the company will have to improve between car awareness and other fleet AI technology. Additionally, outside of the customer-owned fleet, Musk has asserted that Tesla will operate its own fleet in cities where demand exceeds the availability of customer-owned cars, meaning that there should always be a Tesla available to take you where you want. There have already been suggestions as to Tesla aiming to compete with Uber using its autonomous vehicles, and the idea certainly seems to fit with the emerging vision of a Tesla future. However, it is important to take note that this is still very much a future concern. The recent death of a Tesla test pilot is indicative that there is still plenty of work to be done with the technology. Yet we must also take into account that the wide-reaching approach is not a typical business move, but instead an extension of Elon Musk's apparent desire to save the world. It is unfortunate that, as of now, saving the world consists of beta testing potentially dangerous technology with average consumers. While it is easy to be blinded by the potential of the autonomous car, it is important to remember that its failings in arguably simple areas resulted in a man's death. And, as pointed out by the director of the Ethics Plus Emerging Sciences Group Dr. Patrick Lin in an article for IEEE Spectrum, these are failings that the average consumer is likely to be susceptible to. Overtrust and inattention are known problems that technology developers need to design for, and simply telling customers not to do what comes naturally is probably not enough, he said. It's as if Tesla said, "Don't ever blink," and customers promised not to. They just don't understand what they're signing up for. Ozymandias Complex. There's something more than a little comic book about Elon Musk. His plans practically scream, "I want to save the world." He was the partial basis for Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Iron Man. And he has the money, intellect, and world-spanning plans of a supervillain. While his aims are certainly impressive and almost indubitably for the good of the world, it's hard not to wonder if that kind of concentrated power is a good thing. There is no doubt that this is a man that wants to change the world and, more importantly, a man who has the capability to. His success, however, could see control over our energy and driving needs placed largely in the hands of one man. It is not to say he is a man without rivals. Fisker was supposedly birthed from designs originally intended for Tesla's Model S. Other big-name manufacturers are also getting into Tesla's market, whether with hybrids or pure electrics. Autonomy, too, isn't a project unique to the Tesla vehicles, as everyone from Google to Mercedes has a stake in the technology. Solar City, meanwhile, certainly isn't the only solar company out there, even if it may be one of the biggest. Both in the US and abroad, there are companies nipping at its heels. Furthermore, rivals aside, it is entirely possible that Musk's companies will implode long before their rivals get a chance at them. CNN Money article. Solar City's net loss grew to $250 million in the second quarter from $156 million in the same period a year earlier, the company announced in its earnings report, before talking up the solar roofs. Likewise, Tesla revealed last week that its losses for the second quarter ballooned to $150 million, more than twice what Wall Street had expected. However, assume the businesses hold out. Assume that their plans pay off and that the hybrid of Tesla, Solar City becomes the largest in the clean energy field. The Elon Musk future then is one in which entire communities, perhaps cities, are running off Solar City panels and Tesla Powerwalls. A future in which the roads swarm with a fleet of autonomous Tesla cars, earning money for their owners during the day and available to provide a lift at the touch of a button. The Hyperloop train carries passengers from Los Angeles to San Francisco in just 35 minutes. These are cities that hum with electricity, all of it off-grid and cleanly generated. And all of it, ultimately, is in the hands of one man. It is a brilliant future. It may well be one to fear. For one company to have so much influence is an idea worthy of concern. But a future where Tesla fails may well be an even worse one. Well, if you would like to watch more videos like this, kindly like, share and leave a comment below.